Hi everyone, Allison here with a new sketch-inspired layout and process video using the new free sketch for the month. The sketch that I created is based on the beautiful October Hip Kit Club products, and I will link to the sketch down below if you want to go grab the full version that has the measurements and placement directions. The sketch I'm using in this video has a small circle opening in the center with a detailed frame of leaves, pumpkins, flowers, and acorns around the outer edge of that circle opening, and it extends to the edges of the layout. Before we jump into the layout, here are the products I used to complete my layout. I used the leaf, pumpkin, acorn, and flower cardstock die cuts from the embellishment kit for most of my layout. I opened up that die cut package and instantly had an idea pop in my head that I wanted to try. And as a sketch artist, that means that I went straight to my laptop and started arranging and playing with the ideas that were swimming around in my head. Then I have a few accent pieces from the puffy stickers mixed in there as well. I also used a chipboard piece for my title, and those are also included in the embellishment kit. I think this month is officially my favorite HKC kit yet. Look at all of these amazing papers and products in these kits. I love fall, so naturally I love fall themed collections, and this one is so beyond beautiful. I love that you see some of those traditional fall colors throughout the collection with the addition of some teals and purples and pinks. It's an eye-catching color combo that is sure to complement any fall photos. If you are interested in subscribing to Hip Kit Club and these amazing products, it's well worth it. By subscribing, you will automatically receive the main kit each month at a discounted price. And subscribers also receive a 15% discount on all add-on kit purchases, which ship for free along with your main kit. You would also have free access to the monthly downloadable cut file designs. And if you want to save 10% on your order, you can use my promo code when you check out. So let's go ahead and jump into the layout that I created using this new free sketch. To begin this design, I am starting with a piece of white cardstock as my base, and I'm using a circle template to trace a circle in the center. And this is going to serve as a guide for where I place the leaves and other die cuts. After I have that circle on the cardstock, I'm going to start laying out the die cut pieces to fill in almost all of the space around the outer edge of the circle, and it will extend to the edges of the layout. I am one of those people that I just can't jump in with adhering until I am 100% sure of the placement and that I like it, so I'm laying them out first, and then once I'm happy, I'll start adhering the pieces down. There really isn't a right or wrong way to arrange a design like this. With the leaves and flowers, I can arrange them in any direction I want, so that made it super easy to get this to all fit together and fill in those spaces between the pieces. Now with other shapes or die cut pieces, you might want them to be right side up, so it might take more effort to get it all to fit together the way you want. If you like puzzles, this is kind of like creating one of your own. And I actually enjoyed finding the just right pieces that fit into the areas I needed to fill. One of the things I love about this design concept is there are two areas you can adapt it to fit different ideas, shapes, or themes. You could recreate this concept with a different shaped opening in place of the circle. I love the idea of using a heart or a hexagon or a square, triangle, or a diamond could all work too. The other area you can adapt is the elements you use to create this design. I'm using all die cut pieces for a fall theme, but you could use any die cut pieces in any theme you need. Or you could use different simple shapes like hearts or stars or triangles or any others you can think of. It's one of those designs that can be altered to fit so many different ideas. And I always love when you land on one of those types of designs that you can use over and over again and end up with completely different results each time. Now that I am happy with the arrangement, I'm going to start adhering these pieces down one by one. I am not going too heavy with the adhesive and mostly doing just a light tack on them because I'm going to stitch on most of them and that will secure them down tightly. As I adhere the pieces around the edge of the penciled circle, I am erasing that pencil line. I don't want any of that line showing since that was there only as a guide for placement of the die cuts. It's also hard not to just sweep all of those eraser bits off my layout. I was having to repeat in my head to not do it for fear that I would just automatically out of a habit and in the process sweep half those die cut pieces out of their places. And I'll wait until everything is secured down before I clean off those eraser bits. After I have all of those pieces adhered, now I'm going to use some scissors and trim off anything that is hanging over the edges of the cardstock base. Now is the point where I get a little crazy with the detail. I absolutely love adding stitch details on die cut pieces, and to me, these leaves and pumpkins were just screaming to be stitched on. I placed my layout on a foam mat and then used a paper piercer to pierce holes along the design of the die cuts. I'm going to end up using so many different colors of thread to stitch, so I'm going to attack them one at a time. First, I'm going to start with the orange pieces and pierce the leaf vein details. Then I go through and stitch through the holes with a back stitch. And I love how this is going to add texture, dimension, and interest to these die cut pieces. And it's always so fun and completely satisfying to watch a large stitching project like this come together, color after color. And I love how the stitch accent on each piece adds a beautiful detail. Stitching will always be my favorite technique and accent to add to my layouts. I'm not going to lie, the stitching on this layout took a long time, like 6 to 7 hours. It was a lot of colors and changing thread and stitching and changing thread and stitching and changing thread, but the end result is even better than I had hoped, so it's always worth it in my eyes. With all of that stitching done, now I can start adding the details to the center of the circle opening. I'm going to add a photo, my title, and my journaling. I'm keeping things pretty simple since the outer edges are so busy with all of those die cut pieces and bold colors. I added my photo first and then used foam adhesive to add a chipboard title piece. I love that the chipboard words and pieces in the embellishment kit has a white on white subtle pattern on them. It's such a fun detail. Next, I'm adding my journaling to the right of the photo. There's a lot of empty space in my photo, so I'm overlapping the journaling strips on top of it. That's one of the main reasons I love using journaling strips so much. They are so easy to wrap and customize and shape to different elements on your layout. For a finishing touch, I'm going to get out those super cute puffy stickers and add a few extra details. First, I'm going to add a die cut phrase piece with a puffy sticker phrase piece at the bottom of my title. Then I'm going to add a few of the smaller leaves and circles into the outer edge design just to fill it out a little more. This helps fill in a few larger gaps between those die cut pieces. For the last few pieces, I decided to add some more of the puffy sticker phrase pieces, one above the title and then a few more at the top edge of my photo. And that completes my layout. I had so much fun working with these beautiful leaf die cuts and creating this detailed frame on my layout. I am so in love with the October 2025 Hip Kit Club kits and these amazing, amazing products. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.